Okay, for the Google AdWords tutorial here, the fast Google AdWords tutorial, first of all, to sign up for Google AdWords, you have to have a Google account or Gmail account, same thing. But if you go, once you have that, if you would go to this URL here, google.com/AdWords, or even if you're not logged in or don't have an account, it'll prompt you to go through. All right. When you have your account set up, your screens look like this. Now this is the older version of Google AdWords. They're going to a new interface, a new look. But basically now with Google AdWords, you've got a couple different kinds of campaigns. Actually, three. There's search campaigns, display, and video. And the search campaigns are the ones you always think about, the ones you've heard of before, which are, let's go take a look at Google and we'll see that. Let's Google tips. I'm just going to search for something on Google. So, well, all right, so I just typed in legal advice and I come up with several ads here. The ads, they used to be on the right side, now they're on the top and the bottom. There's a couple, there's three on the bottom, and you can see it says ad there. They look almost like the organic listings, as they call them. You can hardly tell the difference now between an ad and not ad, and a listing that's not an ad. All right, so notice that this ad is a lot bigger than this one, which is bigger than this one. And these two only have one line underneath them. These have more. Now that's because you can add what they call extensions, add extensions, and you can't. You can do that for free. So these people here haven't done that. So they're probably not getting as much as they could out of AdWords. And you'll see even this one has more than this. These have the link extensions, but as do these, but these don't. All right, and then sometimes you'll see a phone number right in the ad as well. So there's a lot of different variations, and here you even have a review within the ad. So that's what the ads look like in the search network. Now for the display network, it's like when we were here we saw display campaigns. Those ads are image ads like this. I'm on a news website here, and this is an ad. I always know it's Google ad because they just have that up there, and then the URL I can see in the bottom is Google. So that is an ad, a Google Display Network ad, and there's more. If I scroll down here, this is a Google ad. Google Display ad, Display Network ad, and so is this on the bottom. So you can see you get nice big ads with the Google Display ads. And this just looks, see, that looks like a headline for the website. It's so big. So that's a Google Display ad. And then as we scroll down, we'll see more, usually on the side, on the top and the bottom. It depends on which website you're looking at, but there's millions and millions and millions of websites that have that display Google ads, and the other side of it is AdSense. So Google AdWords is for the advertiser to show their ads, and then a website owner can use Google AdSense and get paid to allow Google to show advertisers ads on. So when you're running AdSense on your website, your own website, like a newspaper website was doing, they'll get paid for clicks or paid for running ads. So you need to have a lot of traffic though to make much money on that, and a lot of newspaper websites do. So when you use Google AdWords, that's when you're using the advertising system to show your ads out there to other people. Okay, so that was the display ads, and there's a little bit more work to set those up than the search ones. And then the video campaigns, those are for video ads, and you can show ads on YouTube for those. Just so you know the basics of that. And then I'm just going to look at a little bit of structure here with Google AdWords. You've got campaigns. It's kind of like the Facebook ads. or the Facebook Ads Manager, you've got a campaign, and then within a campaign you've got ad groups. Facebook calls them ad sets. And then you've got ads within the ad groups. So you can have multiple ad groups within a campaign, and you can have multiple ads within an ad group. Now, when you create a campaign, right here when you click Add Campaign, you can choose from here. So the search network with display select, that combines both the search network and the display select together. And from what I've heard most of the time is that most of the internet marketers recommend not doing this, and because Google kind of mixes everything together, and it's not as easy to determine what's working and what isn't when you do that. And so I never do that. I always keep them separate. So I would use the search network or the display network. And if you want to show videos on YouTube, video ads on YouTube, you can use this, the video one. I never use this one. I don't even know what that one is. But for the shopping, this is for when you have products, you have inventory, and you want to supply an inventory feed to Google, and then Google will show each individual item that you have on their search screens in various places. So the shopping, that one's a little more complicated to set up. You need to have a merchant account to run that. So I'm going to talk mostly just about the search and the display here. That's the basic, the quick, the fast Google AdWords tutorial thing that I'm going to talk about here. So when you do the search network, then Google's going to walk you through on, it's easy to go through. They'll walk you through on setting up your ads and everything. You can choose a lot of different things, devices, locations, and you want to pay close attention to locations, because a lot of smaller businesses don't want to advertise across the whole country, and this defaults here to the United States and Canada. So you would type in your location. So I have a lot of businesses that I do this for, and we just want to type our own town, and we want to advertise to our own town. And what I do is I go to advanced search and then do radius targeting, and then I'll type in our town, and then I'll do a search, and you can see how it will make a nice circle around. So I've got a 20-mile radius. I can change this to whatever I want. Maybe I just want 10 mile, and then I hit search again, and it changes. Okay, and then you have to hit add and done, and then it says 10 miles around Alexandria. So definitely pay close attention to your locations. Language defaults to English, bid strategy, manual cost per click. I mean, usually you can look more into that if you want. A default bid, you might want to put a maximum on there, and definitely you want to put a maximum budget per day. You might want to set this to just a few dollars a day, depending on what your budget is. Then you hit save and continue, and it'll walk you through setting up your ad groups and your ads. Okay, and I'm not going to continue on this, but I'm going to go show you a couple ads. Okay, so your ads, of course, your search ads will look kind of like this. Now we've got newer kinds of ads now. They've got enhanced ads that they've recently changed them. But we can see how basically you just go in here, and here's the preview over here, and that's mobile and desktop previews, and what you change here affects what you have over here. Okay, and you'll notice that there's not extra stuff like the extra extensions like some of the other ones, and this one I may have. This is a call only ad, I believe. So that's what it looks like on a mobile device. Got the phone number right there, so people can call right from the ad itself. And let's see here. If we look at a couple more. But basically you set those up, and then you also go to keywords and you add keywords. And Google prompts you through all of this. And when adding keywords, you're going to want to not get too carried away. And I would recommend just entering a handful. I know Google would like you to enter a lot of them, but I would keep it very specific. And the whole idea here is to make separate ad groups that have a narrow focus. So if you are an electrician, for example, and you have like 5 or 10 different specific areas that you want to advertise, then I would make an ad group for each of those and keep the ads specific to the ads and the keywords specific to each area. That's a big key there. I don't know that Google mentions that, but that's like a big thing that will help you a lot. And you can see how I've done that over here. Excuse me. These are ad sets under my campaign here. And I'm focusing on just different things that different people would search for. So if they type best web design, for example, then the ads and the keywords are all built around those terms. It's kind of like you start with a search term that's popular that people search for, and then you build an ad with those words in it, and you put the keywords in for that. All right. And then the other thing is you set up your billing and payments, and that Google prompts you through all of that as well when you set up. But you can control that. You put your credit card in, and basically then Google will pull money out of your credit card when you've used up a certain amount. And the other way they used to do it, and some of my accounts are still working this way, but and I like this better for the most part, and that was you could pay money into your account and then just let the ads spend it down. And then when it got to 0, it stopped. But this newer way, which defaults, and I don't know that you can even control it on the newer accounts when you set it up, you have to, and what it does is it just starts spending money, and then when it gets up to like $500 or $200 or whatever you set it at, it will pull the money out of your account. So that's a little bit different. Now the other thing too is that they usually give coupons for new accounts for it used to be like $100. They would just give you $100 in ad spend if you type in the coupon code, but now I think you have to spend a certain amount to get some coupons, like spend $200 and get $100 in free ads. So those are available online. You can search for those on Google and find them pretty easily. All right. And finally, remember that Google ads, especially the ads on the search network, can get expensive for clicks. The clicks can be expensive, but they can be worth it because people who are clicking on them are people who are looking for your service. So they are very hot leads. The other ads are an interruptive form of advertising. You know, people aren't shopping for this stuff when they see the ads, so they are a lot cheaper for per click, and they can get you a lot more exposure because you can show on a lot of different websites, but you just don't get as good of a response from them, but you do get the exposure. All right, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.